Welcome back, YouTubers. Little update here on my waste oil setup. I finally got it working, finally got all my parts that I wanted to try and see. We're gonna start with a 50-50 mix. It'll be 50% waste oil, 30% diesel and 20% petrol. That's just because of what the mixture I had to use that. I'm thinking of using petrol to mix with my oil. Some people have suggested methanol. Methanol is not the easiest thing to get for me. If I can find a cheap source, maybe that'll be a way that I'll go. At this point, I can't find a cheap source, so gas or diesel will be my cutting. I think I'm going to cut with gas. Gas makes more fine, cuts it quite a bit more, makes it more viscous, more watery. And I believe that that's what we need. Sorry. Let me bring you in here. So what we've done, let me set you up real good here. What we've done here is, so we have a new power source that is a 200 watt, 15 amp, 16 amp power inverter. Basically, it gives you 12 volts. Wow, it gets quite a bit hotter. And there's my setup. That is diesel, pure diesel. That is waste oil 50-50 right now. We're gonna try that for 1 week. And after a week, we'll see how things go. Into the three-way valve, I managed to properly seal that valve, and it works fine now. As you can see, it pumped through. I'll show you. You'll see in the video. You'll see in this video how it pumped through. I set up the pump properly, as per some people had mentioned that I did it backwards. They were right. The pump was backwards. It is supposed to be facing up. It was my mistake. I just goofed up. Got my P-clamps all up, so my wiring harness is nice and cozy back there. I also, for people that haven't seen my videos, all my other videos, I have a coil set up that runs on my exhaust. It's about 4.5 loops. It comes in, there's 4.5, it's a brake line basically, 1/4 inch brake line. It loops 4.5 times, comes out to a rubber fuel line, 1/4 inch fuel line. I had to go to rubber because the nylon one would melt right at that point. That gets up to 200, on full open, that gets up to 200 degrees. And doesn't work very, sorry, it looks like I almost had a flame up. No, did not. That warms it up, comes in at about 70, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, comes out of there at about 160 Fahrenheit. So I'll show you that in the video here, but here's the video of my setup and it running. Waste oil has made its way all the way through the pipe. It has been burning now for a few minutes. I jumped up in temperature 10 degrees. So it was 166 when I started. So it does burn quite hotter. The waste oil that I'm using is now a 30% diesel, 20% gasoline, petrol, and 50% waste oil. Filtered, of course. I use also a paper filter to put it in it, so I'm double. It's a 5 micron filter I'm using to filter. It might be a little excessive, but it's what I had, so I used it. Might be a 10 micron next time, but I think it'll be all right. It's certainly jumping in temperature. Wow. And it's an alpine mode. at 5. I'm gonna bring it down to 3 now, see where it goes, and I'll bring you back and show you the system. So a few things to note. As I said, when I started it up, it got 10 degrees hotter burning the waste oil. I started on the diesel and I switched it over. I watched the black come right through, waited about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, that went up 10 degrees. It was 166, went to 176. As you see, it floats around there, and that is degrees of C. So in Fahrenheit, that would be 300, I believe, 270, 270. It's on alpine mode, so more air, less fuel. I'm running it on 3 right now because it'll get way too hot. Outside temperature today is negative 14 degrees Celsius. That is, I can't remember in Fahrenheit. I believe that's negative 10 Fahrenheit, I believe, or negative 8. Let me show you here some temperatures just to show you. So let's see. There we go. As you see, that's about. Sorry, I gotta watch it. 75, 80 degrees is about what I get there. And watch this. I'll let you guys watch the gauge. That's the proper heat right there. So it gets to about 160 degrees. So basically brings the flash point, makes the flash point a little easier to attain in the burn. Should burn a little cleaner. I filter my oil, so it's well filtered, I would assume. So, and like you can see here, I can shut down, turn it on high, shut it down, put some diesel, let it burn out on diesel, clean it up. Let's see what our temperature is. Nice temperature on 3. .370 degrees. Hearing some weird stuff going on inside, like it's up and down and up and down, so I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna let it go for a while. It seems to be running perfectly fine. I don't know if I want to run under 3. I will shut it down rather than bring it lower. I'm scared that under 3 would start to make quite a bit of carbon. I'm gonna run it 1 week like this, and then we can pull it apart and we can test what we think, what we see. I'm gonna show you. This was clean, by the way. Sorry about that. I also forgot to mention, I pulled it out. It was really clean. I had burning clean diesel. There was little bit of ash, like so little, it was not even worth it. I cleaned it up anyway, washed it out real quick. I threw it back in there. So we're starting from a clear slate. And every week I will open up and keep you guys up to date. What we find, if it's fairly clean, it's fairly good. I'm gonna keep bringing up the waste oil, and then I'll maybe go to a 60-40, see what that does. I'm gonna stick probably to maybe petrol and waste oil. I think that's the best bet, just to keep everything neutral. Just to kind of keep our testing neutral. There's a lot of diesel in that right now, but that's just because of what I had. The future waste oil, I'm doing a bunch of oil changes, gonna be nice clean oil. I know the oil that I'm getting, so anyway, we're gonna keep testing waste oil, and I'm gonna keep letting you know what the mixture is and see what it'll burn cleanly and effectively. If I see, when we start seeing the ash come in pretty badly, then we'll know where that cutoff is, right? Yeah, that's So there you go. Anyway, hope you liked the video. thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the material, subscribe. I'll keep, like I say, keep testing and keep updating you as much as possible, bringing you all the information that I can. Like I said, hit like, subscribe. See you soon. Take care of yourselves.